Hey guys, Cycling Virgin here. I wanted to offer some advice as a newer person myself to someone new looking to start group riding on their road bike. Kind of, I think, one of the more popular things to do right now in the fitness world. You might have a bike that you just purchased and you're loving it, and the next step is to get out and ride with other people. So me being relatively new, I feel like I can offer some some help with what to expect, and just some quick pointers and tips that really helped me become a better group rider. So I'll just get right into it. I'll start with the first thing you want to do is make sure you're on time. Make sure you're ready to clip in when the ride is leaving. The launch time, there are usually two different times. There's a meet-up time and then there's a roll time. Whatever that roll time is, make sure you are ready to go. Air and tires, bottles full, ready to launch, ready to clip in. Second thing would be have the supplies you'll need for the ride you're doing. Understand that 2 full bottles and some nutrition is pretty much always a must. Just be ready. It's better to have it not need it than need it not have it. And with riding this, with these group rides, that goes without saying. Don't think that the group is going to stop for you if you need to pull over and get a candy bar from the corner store because you're bonking. Like, that's not a good reason for the group to stop. Most group rides will stop for flats, mechanicals, or they'll regroup if it is a regroup ride, or if it's a no-drop ride, they'll wait for you if you're just flat out slow. Those are all okay. But saying, hey guys, my half a bottle that I filled up is now empty 30 minutes into a 2-hour ride when the stop was planned for 2 hours from now, that's not acceptable. So make sure you have bottles full, make sure you have some nutrition. You can go for at least 2 hours. That's generally the idea. Even if it's a 6-hour ride, every 2 hours you will probably be stopping to refill. At least here in the desert, that's what we do. Refills will be at corner stores. Get ice and water in your bottles and grab maybe a candy bar. Second thing is, don't show up with headphones. That's pretty obvious. Don't show up with headphones in. Why would you do that? Don't do that. Don't be the person to show up with a tri bike. Don't show up with a tri, what you call a TT bike. Basically, aero bars not allowed on group rides. It's pretty common knowledge, common sense. You're a knucklehead if you show up with a tri bike, and there are plenty of knuckleheads out there. It's going to happen, but don't be that person. Obviously, if you can afford a TT bike, you can afford an entry-level road bike. Go buy one. Go spend $1,000 and get yourself just a regular road bike to train on. You don't need to be training in a group ride on an aero bike. It makes no sense. Don't do it. You're just going to look like a schmuck. I guess next would be kind of just knowing the etiquette. Usually group rides are 2x2, depending on the street. Sometimes single file is necessary. Sometimes you can take up an entire lane depending on how big the group is and depending on how busy the street is. It's kind of just judged by the ride's kind of leaders or the more knowledgeable people on the ride. 2x2 is the standard, group ride setting. And if you feel like you're not physically capable or you're a little lacking, don't get up on the front. Just let the front do its thing. The guys in the front will usually rotate around in like a group of 4. If the whole group is pulling through and you're coming up to the line and you realize that now you're second and you have to take a pull, just make it real short. Doesn't have to be long, doesn't have to be that hard. You can slow the pace down. Remember, when you're on the front, you control the pace. If anybody has a problem with that, they should get to the front. So that's one thing that really took me a while to understand is when you're on the front, you have no obligation to do anything that you don't want to do except just be on the front for a little bit. If you want to bring the speed down from 20 to say 17, 16, something that's comfortable to you. If you're on the flats, obviously climbs are different, but just make it comfortable for you. Understand the guys behind you, they don't really care if the pace drops. They're just enjoying sitting in and catching their breath. And if it does get too slow, believe me, people will go around you, and that's probably not a group ride that you should be on at that point. That's more of kind of like my Tuesday morning rides, Saturday morning BOS. All those rides are kill rides. So take your pull, then get to the back and hang out. Keep your head up. If you're gonna talk to the guy next to you, do it while looking straight forward, while keeping an eye on what's coming up in front of you. 5 bikes in front of you, or even the front of the group if you can see that far up there, and know what's happening, and always be looking forward. Even if you're chatting, don't think it's rude to just look forward and talk. If the guy next to you can't hear you, he's not going to be like, well, this guy's being rude. No, you are just being safe and you're chatting, but looking over at him. I've seen a lot of things go wrong where guys are chatting and for some reason they want to look each other in the eye, which is great if you're, selling real estate or doing some business deal, but the main goal here is to ride your bicycle, and the talking is second. So keep your eyes forward, be aware of what's going on in front of you. I guess on that note, keep your hands on the hoods. If you're in the middle of a peloton, you don't want to be on the flats, and you definitely don't want to be in the drops because you're going to be too low to see anything in front of you. So basic stuff there. Keep your hands on the hoods and keep a finger on the brake at all times. That's my quick take on it. If you guys like this video and you want to hear me rant more about different things, I'll try to bring you more of that. I'm going to do a video on how to clip in and out. I feel like the videos right now that are on YouTube about how to clip in aren't really good. They don't really make much sense. So I'm going to do my own video on just how to clip in and a good routine to do that. So subscribe, hit like if you like the video, hit dislike if you dislike the video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Be safe. We'll talk to you next time.